So now we'll have a discussion about 8253 USART. So USART stands for Universal Synchronous Asynchronous Receiver and Transmitter, and this is an interfacing diagram which is going to connect the microprocessor with the networking terminals. So generally on the microprocessor we are going to transmit at a time either 8 bits of data or 16 bits of data. That means it is used for parallel transmission, whereas on the networking terminals the data will be in serial. So in serial communication we are going to transfer the data one bit by bit. And now if we are going to communicate the microprocessor with the networking terminals, so there is a requirement when we want to transmit, we need to convert the parallel data into serial form, whereas when you are going to receive, the data will be coming bit by bit. Now we are going to collect a group of bits, and then that group of bits are at a time submitted to the microprocessor. That means here we are going to convert from serial to parallel. Now this 8251 USART is used to have the conversion between serial to parallel when it is going to receive the data, and parallel to serial when it is going to transmit the data. Now let us see the block diagram. So this shows the architecture diagram of 8251. So here on the transmission side, on the networking terminal side, we are provided with three blocks. First one is transmit buffer, which is going to take the data coming from the microprocessor and then send that one after the other. And this transmission is controlled by a transmit control block. And transmission, since bit by bit transmit, the TXT stands for transmit data. And the transmit control is provided with three control signals, where two are sent to the terminal, one is received from the terminal. They are transmission ready, transmit end, and transmission control signals. And for receiving the data, we have receive buffer, which is going to take the data one by one coming from the RXT signal, that is receive data signal, and after grouping the bits it will be sending at a time to the microprocessor. And the receive buffer is controlled by receive control signals. There are three control signals: receiver ready, receiver control, and the synchronous data or break determination. So now coming to the microprocessor side, the 8 bits of data is going to be either sent or received via the 8-bit database buffers, and the command is also going to be written via the database buffer. And this 8251 USART is going to receive the read-write signals from the microprocessor via the read or write control logic. So here we have 6 signals: reset, clock, CRD, that means command or data, and read signal, write signal, chip select signal. And actually the conversion from analog to digital and digital to analog form is done by the modem, and this modem is provided with again 4 signals: data set ready, data transmit ready, clear to send, and request to send. The first two are going to be the transmission of data from the microprocessor to the terminal. In this case, the microprocessor sends the data set ready, and if the modem is ready to receive, it will send data terminal ready signal. And the other two are from the data from the 8251 to the microprocessor. It is going to send a request to send information to the microprocessor, and the microprocessor will send clear to send. So that's about the architecture. From this architecture diagram you can see that the control signals can be like this. If the chip is selected, since it is a complementary signal, chip select is indicated by 0, and if chip is not selected, it is indicated by 1. If the chip is not selected, we are not going to perform any operation, so the data bus will be in thrice state. And if the chip is selected, in that case CS value is 0. So here either we are going to send the command or the data. So command is going to be given by 1, and data is given by the bit value 0. And whatever maybe it is, if both the read and write signals are ones, then no operation is performed. And if the command bit is given, that means 1, in that case if it is write operation, then the status is going to be written from the 8251 to the microprocessor. And if it is a command signal, in that case if read operation is enabled, then in this case the control word is going to be written onto from the CPU to the 8251. So similarly, if it is data operation, if it is a read operation, then the data is going to be read from the 8251 to the microprocessor. If it is write operation, the microprocessor writes the data onto the 8251. So now coming to the programming of 8251. There are two types of control words. One is mode instruction, which is used to set a function, and the other one is command instruction, which is used for setting the operation. So this mode instruction is used for setting the function of 8251, and it will be waiting for write operation. The items of mode instructions will be, it is going to set either synchronous or asynchronous mode. There will be two modes of operation for 8251, synchronous or asynchronous, and stop bit length, character length, parity bit, baud rate factors, internal or external synchronization, and the number of synchronous characters if it is synchronous mode. And this is what the command word format for the instruction for asynchronous mode. So for asynchronous mode, the first two bits, it is actually S1 and S0. S1, S0 tells the start bit length. That means the beginning characters can be either, so since there are two bits SC0 and SC1, we can have four combinations for this 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. So this indicates that if it is 0, 0, we are going to inhibit. If it is 1, 0, only one bit is used. If it is 0, 1, 1.5 bits are used, and if it is 1, 1, 2 bits will be used. And then next two bits are going to tell about the parity. The first one is enable parity. The next one is whether the parity is even or odd. So this is going to be indicated by this. And even if 0, it is enable parity, even parity, parity enable or disable. So EP tells even parity. If parity is even, it will be 0, otherwise 1. Whether the parity is enabled or disabled is going to be indicated parity enable bit. The next two bits L2 and L1 tells the length of the character size. The character can be either 5 bits, 6 bits, 7 bits or 8 bits depending on the bit combination of L2 and L1. And the next one tells a baud rate, the number of characters that we are going to transmit per second. So since there are 2 bits to specify the baud rate, there will be 4 combinations. Either we are going to the synchronous mode. If the baud bit values are 0, 0, we are going to transmit in synchronous mode. And if it is the other combinations, it is transmitting in asynchronous mode. There are 3 speeds possible in asynchronous mode. Either it can be 1, 16, factor of 16 or factor of 64. So that's about the second one. Now the second type of command word is serial command word. So the serial command word tells how the data is going to be sent in synchronous. So the signals used here are transmit enable or disable, receiver enable or disable, data transfer, data request to send, then resetting of error flag, sending to break characters, internal resetting and hunt mode. So this is what the format for the bit configuration for the command. So this command word contains the first one, enter into hunt mode. So in the synchronous mode, the receiver or the transmitter will be continuously requesting for the data to come. So it is searching for the data, and next we are provided with so this is what the hunt mode. So next we are going for the interrupts. It can be either internal or it can be external. Then the next one is RTS signal. The next one is ER and synchronous break, receive, data transmit ready and transmission enable. So this command can be used either to send or to receive from the EI8251 USCRT. And this is the bit configuration for the status word. So after transmitting or receiving, what about the status of 8251? That is going to be known from the status word. The status bits are these. So data set ready, synchronous or break determination, and if something goes wrong, the error is going to be indicated by 3 error bits. So there may be a frame error or overrun error, or there may be a parity error. And if there is no data, it will be having text empty signal. And the next one is receive ready or transmit ready signals. So that's about the commanding control words for 8251 PRT. And by writing the appropriate commands, the microprocessor is going to read or write, and whether the read and write operation is successful or not, this is going to be indicated by reading or writing the status words. Thank you.